How's it going, everybody? It is I, Reiku, your uncrowned king, your necromancer extraordinaire, your host for this video. Back in September, I had the privilege of streaming a game which a lot of people consider to be one of the greatest horror games of all time. I went in with a bit of skepticism. I was unsure if it was going to live up to the hype and everything. And with the brand new year coming in, I wanted to push myself and do a video on it, mainly because I usually do short form content, and in doing this I have gained a massive respect for people who do long form content. I have learned quite a bit, and I had a blast making it. So this video is supposed to come out back in October for Halloween, but I overestimated the time and effort that it was going to take. But I am glad to say that my efforts have finally paid off, and I want you guys to sit back and enjoy this ride with me as I give you my perspective, my take, and my attempt at doing one of these retrospective type videos. And sit back and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Silent Hill 2.
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill.
So the story goes like this. You play as Steve. Yes, I know his name is James, but I literally called him Steve until I finally learned what his name was. And if you think I'm joking, I don't know his name. We're gonna call him Steve. Steve, what exactly are we investigating here? I'm not a part of this plan. I don't want to be a part of this plan. James is a man who has returned to the town he once called home because he got a strange letter from his dead wife telling him that she is waiting for them in their special place. From there, you step out into the world and find yourself surrounded by the iconic Silent Hill fog. Yes, that iconic fog that drastically influenced horror culture and all. I wouldn't be surprised if that's why haunted houses use fog machines now more than ever, but it adds such a depth and atmosphere to the game that just captures your attention. Stepping out of the rest stop bathroom, you find that the only path towards the town is blocked, and you gotta run through the forest. So, let the fear begin. I don't know what gave the director, and sorry if I butcher your name, Masashi Tsubayama, the grand idea to play with your mind right off rip, but let me tell you, that man is sadistic and I'm all for it. Using the ambiance to make you feel uneasy and run through the forest was genius and only made me cautious of the fog and the possibility of what could happen. It is in those early moments, those first few minutes of the game, where Silent Hill 2 tells you that this is a different type of horror. Not some cheap $5 slasher, low run-of-the-mill jump scare horror flick. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I love me some cheap, fun classic slasher horror. But those moments where I was running through the forest just because of the dogs barking at me had me hooked and at the edge of my seat. And I gotta give props to the sound team, the lead sound designer. Shout out Akira Yamaoka. Keep doing great things for the industry, my guy. Love your work in this game. Once we clear the forest, we end up at the graveyard. Spooky set piece, I know. Not like that's been done before. Once there, we run into a woman who, at the time of playing the game, I had no idea what her name was till much later. I think I'm just bad at paying attention. But this is Angela, a woman who was in search for her mother, but she tells us that she thought her brother and father were there as well. A strange character, and she tells us that the town is weird. And with a brief exchange, we go into the town of Silent Hill and our game truly begins. Exploring the town, we run into, well, nothing. Just more fog and a bloodstained road that guides us to a tunnel where we run into our first enemy. We are greeted with the sound of radio static and have to fight the monster that is just grossly designed. It spits on us. A lot. I know, gross. But after we defeat it, the radio goes silent. The radio in Silent Hill 2 was genius. It was our radar as we traversed through the fog. It notified us if danger was nearby, and gave a constant eerie feeling whenever it started to get louder, or a sigh of relief once it faded away. The overworld of Silent Hill 2 was also something that was so well thought out. Though a linear game looking back on it now as I'm typing this, well, that's mainly because we don't want to spend hours just wandering around lost in the fog. Silent Hill 2 had quite the map. Literally. They gave us a map and we were free to explore the town as we saw fit. Granted, there were notes that guided us to specific locations, mainly so we don't get lost and actually progress the story, but I can say with full confidence Silent Hill 2 will be the reason I know how to read a map. I kept referring to the map again and again and again, just to make sure I was heading down the right street and not getting lost. It is a true testament to the era in which the game came out, honestly. I now know how to read a map because back in the early 2000s and further back, we needed to. Now we have cell phones and Google Maps. But shout out to Waze. Anyway, once we got our first set of clues and explored the town, which, by the way, always explore your horror games, you'll find surprise tools that'll help us later. We finally end up at our first major location. The apartments is the first major location we are tasked to go to. It is a well done set piece, one that will stick with me forever, honestly. Why? Because as soon as we enter the first area, what do we hear? Yep, my back's against the wall, enemies all around, and I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh wait, yeah I do, cause I got a map. It's a map, it's a map, it's the map, it's the map, it's a map. So after we wander around for a bit, we get a flashlight which allows us to see, and then we run into our second enemy type. Yeah, so we got monsters that spit at us and legs. Fucking horrifying combined legs. But unlike the spitters, these guys are quite easy to manage. From there, we explore the apartment some more in search of clues to get us out of here. We avoid monsters, solve puzzles, which, by the way, can I just say, top tier. In exploring some more, we get to the third floor, acquire a firearm, and we find a key that is blocked off by a gate, and this is when we meet our second character.
Ow!
Ha ha.
Hey, wait! Damn it.
I don't like her too much. After exploring some more, we run into... Yep, that's not intimidating at all. In the apartments, in the small town that is Silent Hill, we are introduced to what is one of the most iconic antagonists in the survival horror genre. Throughout my playthrough, I was never given a name, although I'm sure the name came about because of the, well, you know, big personality. Pyramid Head is a character we will return to in a moment. But after exploring the apartment some more, we run into yet another new face. This lovely fellow is Eddie. We run into him in a somber state, and no matter how many times I ran back to him in the apartment, he was still just sitting over the toilet, telling you that he'll get up in a moment. As we continue exploring, we run into yet another familiar face.
What? Oh, it's you.
we run into none other than Angela, who James manages to stop from doing an unspeakable act. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know YouTube TOS like that, and just so I don't accidentally trigger someone. But James manages to get the knife away from Angela, and she leaves. I want to take a moment to talk about the controls of the game for a moment. If you haven't picked up the layout and playstyle of the game from the clips yet, let me just say, Silent Hill 2 is the pinnacle of tank control style games. It never felt overbearing. Yes, there were some camera angle issues, which we'll touch on later, but overall the controls and gameplay synced up well. Finding the pistol was a huge confidence booster for me in the playthrough. Why? Because I decided for my first ever playthrough I was going to play the game on the hardest difficulty available at the time. We'll touch on that more later. Trust me, it's funny. But even after acquiring the pistol, I didn't use it too much. I used it at first, but my mindset when it comes to firearms and survival horror is that they are the high damage weapons. So I need to save the bullets. Eventually we reach the expansion of the apartments. We have to solve a puzzle going over some notes that were left behind by a family that used to vacate the property, and once that is done, we get a key and gain access to our freedom. And this is where we find our first boss fight. Oh my god. Ooh! Oh, that's not safe for work. That's not safe for work. Armed with a huge-ass sword that looks like it came straight out of Final Fantasy. Cloud? Zack? Is that you? But in all seriousness, this is a fight that'll stick with me for a long time. The sword gives Pyramid Head humongous reach, but we have something that gives us an advantage over the big frightening force. That's right, we got freedom, baby. We have bullets. Yeah, I may have played on the hardest difficulty, but my mindset of keeping ammo for just in case something happened finally paid. I'm dead. Run it back. Oh! Oh, man, he does overheads. He does overheads. Bitch, the overhead's a one hit because I'm so low. I am so sorry for y'all's ears. So we bob and weave Pyramid Head's attack until finally... What's he doing?
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets out of warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time.
No, don't do that. I don't want a copyright strike. I don't care if we were saved by the bell. But with the siren finally going off, Pyramid Head descends down into the murky waters below. As we follow him, we finally make it outside. Oh, hey, it's Laura. Oh, it's that bitch. Yeah, I said it. She kicked the key away from me.
You! It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who stepped on my hand.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
Yeah, let her know,
What's a
Steve.
little girl like you doing here anyway?
Huh? Are you blind or something?
What's that letter?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
Wait! How do you know Mary's name?
Wait, what? Yeah, it's actually... You didn't love Mary anyway? Yeah, we run into Laura and she surprisingly knows Mary. When she disappears, we explore some more and we stumble upon Rosewater Park. Walking through this section, we meet our fourth character of the game, and... well... I'll let James explain it.
Mary? No, you're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. You could be her twin. Your face, Your voice, just your hair
It's
and
getting creepy.
clothes are different.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I?
It's the little girl. Yup, we meet a woman named Maria who looks just like Mary. And just like that, we got thrusted right into an escort mission. Now, Maria isn't as bad as y'all would think. She follows you closely, and the type of enemies we face, though still a threat, are not as bad as they could be. No one is shooting things at us. No one is rushing us like crazy. No, we just have to stay out of harm's way. Avoid the spitters and the limbs and continue piecing the story together. In our exploration of the town, as it expanded, we find things like health, ammo, a steel pipe in the hood of a car, and a bowling alley, which Maria isn't too fond of for some reason. The bowling alley is a small place, and once we get to the heart of the building,
So what'd you do?
I guess he got out.
Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh, you're just a gutless fatso.
Damn.
What'd you have to say that for?
I thought you said the cops were after you.
No, I just ran because I was scared. I don't know what the cops are doing.
But if you did something bad, why don't you just say you were sorry? Well, I guess I run away a lot too.
It's no good. They wouldn't listen. Nobody will ever forgive me.
Yup. We run into Eddie and Laura. Laura flees from us again, and I just want to say this is the first time we hear Laura's name in-game as well. Like, up to this point, I just saw her as an annoying child that's in a horror setting. James confronts Eddie, but he doesn't seem too keen on chasing after her. So we head on out and reunite with Maria. When James confronts her about the girl, we learn that Maria isn't fond of kids and let Laura go. Yep. True responsible adult. So in an attempt at being the responsible adults that we are, and trying to reconcile everything, we decide to track Laura, and eventually the trail leads us to our second major set piece. Something about hospitals and horror games never really sat right with me. They're creepy. Doctors have needles and nurses. Well, we gotta check every fucking room. Oh my god. Hey, more bullets. Genuinely scared the ever-living fuck out of me there. Yup, I firmly believe that Silent Hill 2 is what spiraled the fear of hospitals in most people, and that is because of the third type of enemy we encounter in this game. The mangled nurses of Silent Hill 2 are creepy. Their faces are all bandaged up. Unlike the limbed enemies though, the nurses carry a weapon similar to ours, so their range of attack is a lot farther. And just to make matters worse, if I haven't stressed it enough, they're just plain creepy. Not only that, but while playing through the hospital section, I experienced the number one reason why I hate escort missions. You are a complete Maria backup. God damn it. God damn it. Maria, please. Maria, please. Maria. You fucking bitch. Yeah, that's embarrassing. One load state later and some more exploration, we get our second firearm. We got a shotgun. Yep, yet another surprise tool that'll help us later. Eventually, we reach a room on the third floor and Maria tells us that she's not feeling too well and decides to lay down. From there, we explore some more and get the hospital rooftop key. Once on the roof, we do get attacked by a familiar face. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. I had a feeling. Shit. Oh, that scared the ever-living fuck out of me. We get pushed off the roof to the floor below, and once back inside the hospital, we get the rest of the pieces needed to open a box, and after some more exploration, I'm starting to see a pattern here. We run into Laura. Now, this is where Laura as a character finally started to get interesting to me. Why, you may ask?
How do you know about Mary?
What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No, I won't.
She was my babysitter.
I was friends with Mary.
What?
We met at the hospital. It was last year.
You liar! Laura,
Why are you yelling at her?
Fine, don't believe me.
From there, we learn that the sense of time between characters is thrown off. To James, Mary is dead. But to Laura, she was alive only a year prior. From there, we are told about the letter left to Laura from Mary, and we get tricked into our second boss fight.
what are you doing, Laura?
It's further back in the desk.
Laura! What are you doing?
Ha ha, I tricked you.
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Huh? Do ya? What's the magic word?
Laura?
Okay, I guess I won't open it. I think I'll just leave you like this.
You snotty little brat! Open up!
Why, you...
Laura?
You hurt me!
Damn. This strange abomination is, well, I honestly don't know what it is. All I know is that we are trapped in the room. I'm mad at Laura for being a complete ass, and with our newly found shotgun, we get to work. After the fight, we get back into the hospital from the garden, and we see that it has changed. The hospital itself is more ominous. Blood stains the walls, and after exploring some more, we reunite with Maria. Damn, James is strong. I stopped calling him Steve. I've realized I've accepted him as James now. What does that say?
James.
Bitch! Bitch!
Oh, Maria. It's you.
Oh,
I
man.
thought you were...
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life.
I'm sorry. God damn.
You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I
Then
just...
stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me.
I don't like this.
So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but... she ran away.
We've got to find her.
After that cutscene, our escort mission begins again. With our newfound goal of finding and protecting Laura, we gotta find 2 rings to open a door with arms sticking out of it. The final stretch of the hospital stems from a game show which blasts through the radio.
Hi there, everybody! Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another exciting edition of Trick or Treat. Here you either A, correctly and receive the punishment.
This portion of the game is rather interesting because it relies on our memory and knowledge from the documents we obtained in our playthrough so far, and the map knowledge. Hey, look at that, it's all coming full circle. Now, I'm gonna say I took notes during this portion in order to solve it, but once we solve the riddle, we gain access to a chest which has a boatload of items for us. You know, to assist our surprise tools that'll help us later. Once we gather the 2 rings and head downstairs, we finally get to one of the most bullshit sections of the game. She fucking died? She just dies? Pyramid Head appears and we have to run away with Maria while the monster chases us. This section is complete bullshit and it really shows why tank controls prove to be a hindrance. I say this because I thought we had to escape as fast as possible, but turning the corners causes the camera to shift and if you mess up for even a moment, you can't escape. But the biggest bullshit is the escort portion. Maria does not keep up with you. She will always trail behind and Pyramid Head will always fucking kill her. I failed this section a lot, but finally after someone in chat said I needed to defend her, I had a repeat incident. I'm so pissed. Look at how fast he moves! Okay, let's try that again. I finally managed to defend Maria and we get to the elevator, but Maria gets held up at the end and, well, freedom! The light!
Open up!
What the fuck? With James being defeated, being unable to help somebody again, we come to the end of the hospital section. We find a map telling us about a wrench and we see Laura walking outside. Once outside, we make our way to get the wrench and dig up the box that is in Rosewater Park, and make our way back to the Silent Hills Historical Society. Inside, we are greeted with photos and run into what is my favorite photo in the entire game. What the fuck, dude? We see Pyramid Head along with the floating bed enemies. As we descend down deeper into the staircase, we find a hole in the ground. Jumping in, we fall into a well, and once we break a hidden compartment, we are inside the game's 3rd major set piece. To me, the prison is the scariest part of the entire game. The set piece alone is something that I didn't think would make a lasting impression, but upon reflection I came to realize that the prison is just pure horror. From its confined spaces to mind-bending sequences that has James jumping deeper into the unknown, the prison truly showcases Silent Hill 2's ability to blend both psychological and body horror well. It's as if everything we've encountered, from the spitters to the nurses, hell, even the bugs. Okay. You want to talk about a way to fucking scare a dude? All these components come together to make the perfect segment of survival horror. Once we reach the prison proper, however, we run into an old friend who seems off. How the fuck?
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow.
When we find Eddie, he has killed someone, but he seems to be having a manic episode. Chasing after him, we explore the prison and find a set of puzzles that to me are just iconic. We find an executioner's site with a noose where we have to find 3 pieces of slabs and place them underneath to get a horseshoe, which we can then use to combine with the wax and lighter we found to make a handle for a hatch. As we get deeper into the prison, we find that a section is blocked off by wires, and by exploring that area a bit more, we run into Pyramid Head in the area below. Running around, you find a room in that level where our big friend is located, and you find his giant-ass blade. Why is he here? Oh, okay, so I get slow-ass movement with that. Escaping our assailant and climbing back up, we find a block puzzle which honestly took me a lot longer than normal to solve. Am I supposed to make every face up? Because that's just impossible.
One eternity later.
Oh, we did it. And upon figuring out how to solve it, we go down a set of stairs, running into an unexpected face. What? How?
You're alive! Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria? That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator, and then
James, what are you talking about?
just before, don't you remember?
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
What?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria?
I am. If you want me to be.
What?
All I want from you is an answer.
It doesn't matter who I am.
It does matter.
I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Maria is alive. Trying to get to her, we acquire the bolt cutters, and cutting through the wires that blocked us earlier, we find a hallway and hear a familiar voice crying out.
Daddy, please don't!
Alright. Oh, it's her. Upon entering the room, we find Angela cowering in fear in the corner, hiding from a monster, and we face our third boss. Oh my god. Oh my god, only took like 50 tries. After defeating what I assume was a monsterized version of Angela's father, when we go to comfort her, she says this.
Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
That one phrase alone gives heavy implications to the abuse Angela endured, and it only adds to the tragedy of her character. It gives her a lot of depth, but those implications, man. I don't wish that upon anyone. As our adventure continues, we run into what is perhaps the most iconic puzzle in all of survival horror. I've never played Silent Hill 2 until this playthrough, and when I saw this puzzle, I recognized it immediately. The infamous noose puzzle. This puzzle has us seeing 6 bodies hanging in one room and 6 nooses located in the other. Each empty hanging noose corresponds to a body, and we find a puzzle which reads, Dead oh wait, I don't need to. Dead men swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? Tongue turned blue and face gone gray. Watch them as they twist and sway. Hey, he got rhymes. The first one killed the butcher man, then cooked him in the frying pan, served him to his hungry guests, and gave them seconds on request. The next one, with his smile and sweets, stole poor children off the streets. To men who dressed unsavory, he sold them into slavery. Breaking into a home at night, the thief he had a nasty fright, filled his foolish head with ale, woke in the morn in the county jail. The artist with his daunting skill tried his hand on painting bills, but caught in a rain was he undone. When the ink he used did start to run. With the promises of great return, taking gold he did not earn, bundled it up. Dude, okay, hold on. There's no way I'm remembering all this. 3 houses into ashes, burned. The sheriff with no place to turn, did espy a stranger to his town, locked him in, beat him down. To solve this puzzle, we have to pull on the nooses in the sequence which was given to us by that rhyme, and we get a chilling cutscene of James pulling the noose down towards him. This scene is even more haunting as it appears as if James is offering up his own neck. Upon returning to the floating bodies, we get the key of the persecuted and are able to make our way back to Maria. Alright, James, don't trip.
Maria? Maria?
What
Maria,
the? What?
No. What happened to you?
Upon finding Maria, we find her body. Blood staining the bed, a stab wound on her side, and her eye appearing to have been gouged out. Leaving the room, we find a graveyard with a bunch of supplies, a safe spot, and 3 open graves with a hole that we descend into. Inside, we find a long hallway, and at the end, we reach a door. Upon entering it, we run into Eddie once more. Okay.
Eddie? What are you doing? What does it look like? He always busted my balls. You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. Fat ass, you're nothing but a waste of skin. You're so ugly, even your mama don't love you. Well, maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty.
I like you, Eddie.
Same once you're dead. And the corpse can't laugh.
Eddie, don't make me do this.
From now on, if anyone makes fun of me, I'll kill him. Just like that. Eddie, have you gone nuts?
He's become like those people and...
I knew it. You too.
Dude, I just asked a question.
Like him, James.
Hey, I didn't mean anything.
Don't bother. I understand. You've been laughing at me all along, haven't you? Ever since we first met. I'll kill you, James.
You bastard, you shot first. Having no other choice, we must face Eddie in this small room. But once we shoot him up a bunch of times, he flees into the next room. From there, we must confront him inside a meat locker that is surrounded with pigs. What is this, man?
Do you know what it does to you, James? When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look, after you've been laughed at your whole friggin' life. That's why I ran away after I killed the dog. Ran away like a scared little girl. Yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts up. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog.
Is he talking about Pyramid Head?
Think it's okay to kill people? You need help, Eddie. Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people. Don't you know that? Let's party!
Now, I did die the first time, but upon my retry, I discovered just how valuable Pyramid Head's knife really is. Got him! Hey, let's go! Hey, let's go! Oh, let's go! In 2 slashes, Eddie flees, and using my same strategy to fight him in the next room, we managed to kill him. 3 swings and he's out.
Eddie?
James, yes, you just killed a dude.
Eddie?
James, yes.
I killed a human being.
I understand the agony. That was self-defense, though.
Human being.
James must come to the realization that he killed a human being. Though with all that being said and done, despite the anguish, James questions if Mary truly died 3 years ago. Upon exiting the prison, we find ourselves at the shipping dock, and we find a boat which we take towards our final major set piece. Taking the boat and following the light, we finally reach the Lakeview Hotel, the location in which Mary and James' special place resides. Outside, we find a Little Mermaid music box, yet another surprise tool that'll help us later. Once inside, we find a map highlighting room 312 with a note that reads, "Waiting for you." Heading towards the hotel's dining room, we run into Laura yet again, who... Dude.
Did I scare you?
Cannot be doing that to me.
You did.
You're here to find Mary, aren't you, James? Well, have you?
No. Is that why you're here too?
She's here, isn't she?
Yeah, FBI
If you know
agent.
where she is, tell me.
It's just a joke.
I'm tired of walking.
I wish I knew.
Room 312.
She said it in her letter.
What letter?
Wanna read it? But don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who's Rachel?
She was our nurse. I took it from her locker.
I'm with James. Who's Rachel? In this cutscene, we learn about Laura's age. We learn that Laura was friends with Mary while she was in the hospital. This revelation, along with all the other hints given throughout the game, plays with James's mind as well as our own. Laura leaves to go find a letter she remembered for Mary and goes into the hotel. Upon stepping out, we are confronted by monsters similar to Angela's dad roaming the halls. Finding more music boxes, we find a note telling us about a tape which we find in what is perhaps the scariest section of the game. We find an elevator that has a weight limit and must leave behind our belongings in a shelf in order to explore it. Upon exploring the area, we are powerless against the enemies and must rely on our ability to maneuver without getting harmed. We find the last music box and find the tape. With all the pieces in hand, we can finally reach room 312. Placing the music boxes in the contraption in the lobby, the music plays and we get the hotel stairway key and access to the 3rd floor. Now, I'm gonna say if you have made it this far in the video, I want to thank you. And this is my warning to you. If you find yourself wanting to play this game, I ask that you stop watching here and experience the game for yourself. I truly, truly believe that this is one of the games you must experience on your own. So please, go get a copy of the game if you can and play it, and then come back to the video. For the rest of you that are okay with spoilers though, well, let's continue. Upon entering the room 312, we find the room empty. Mary isn't there. We find a VHS player, and upon placing the tape inside, we finally get the answer to the question of what happened to Mary.
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Oh, what? Oh, what? James killed Mary. He killed her while she was sick, and upon seeing the cutscene, I was rather happy that one of my theories that I had in my head throughout the entire playthrough came into fruition. Laura joins us, and James tells her the truth.
Mary's gone. She's dead.
Liar, that's a lie!
No, that's not true.
She died because she was sick?
Oh.
No, I killed her.
That's rough, buddy.
You killer! Why'd you do it? I hate you! I want her back! Give her back to me! I knew it! You didn't care about her! I hate you, James! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! She was always waiting for you. Why? Why?
That's tough, man.
I'm sorry. The Mary you know isn't here. Laura, I'm sorry.
Upon exiting the room, we find that the hotel has changed. Entering the rooms, we get teleported to different areas until finally, we reach a flooded basement. What the fuck? We run into Angela standing in a flaming staircase at the end of this segment. She confuses us for her mother, and upon realizing that we're not her mama, she asks for her knife back.
James, give me back that knife.
No.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No, I'd never kill myself.
Where's she going?
It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
Angela steps into the flames above, and this is the last time we see her. Stepping back into the room, we reach the final area and find a wall full of save files. A hint telling us to save, and we get to my favorite scene in the whole game. How the fuck?
Leave us both the hell alone!
You gotta be shitting me. Don't do it. And in what is James's best performance, he comes to the conclusion and revelation that Pyramid Head was his own creation.
That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
Let's go. Bring it on, bitch. Oh, okay. Ow. This boss fight on the hardest difficulty is a bitch. I struggled with this one. I tried using guns, but that didn't work, and then I found a cheese strat revolving around Pyramid Head's knife. Wait. Oh my god. Okay. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go. After defeating the two monsters, though, we watch as the Pyramid Heads impale themselves, and we are left with two eggs unlocking the doors in front of us. Going down the long hallway, we overhear a conversation with James and Mary, telling us a completely different story to their relationship.
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they
Or soon for the rest of your life.
But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive.
What the fuck? Huh?
Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
That's just fucking sad, man. And once we reach the end of the hallway and go upstairs, we run into a familiar face one last time. How the actual fuck? Oh wait, no, that's not her, that's Mary. Oh, that is Mary.
Wrong again.
What
Mary's
the
dead.
fuck?
You killed her.
Maria? Maria, I'm done with you.
Yeah, James, tell her fuck off.
What do you mean? But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted.
You don't know
Now
what the
I
fuck I
understand.
want.
The problem is, you're not married.
Let's go, James.
No, James. I won't let you. I'll never let you have your Mary back.
Dude, she looks fucking What the fuck? We face the game's true final boss, Maria. Shooting her stabbing her. And once she's down... Oh, we did it! Oh, we did it! Fuck you! We get the game's final cutscene.
Mary?
That's Mary!
James.
Oh my god!
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer.
I'm gonna fucking cry, dude.
No. That's not the whole truth. You also said that you didn't want to die. The truth is, part of me hated you for taking away my life.
You killed me, and you're suffering for it. It's enough, James.
Mary?
James.
Oh, what? As the game comes to an end, we hear the car speed off, leaving it up to us to interpret what happens to James. I got the water ending cutscene, which has Mary read us the full letter that we held onto since the beginning of the game. This cutscene is performed beautifully by Monica Horgan. We learn that James didn't kill Mary out of selfishness. Though him killing Mary is wrong, he killed her out of contempt. Despite the pain, despite the anguish, and despite the mental torment that James faced, blaming himself and possibly even hating himself, we finally get to hear Mary's last words. No, he didn't.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James.
I'ma fucking cry, dude.
That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
And with those words, Silent Hill 2 comes to an end. Now, the game has multiple endings. I came to find this out after doing research for the game, but to me, the ending I got is the true ending. Despite the game not having a true canon ending, the water ending to me feels the most complete. Silent Hill 2 was a game I had heard about for years. I've heard how it was the pinnacle of the horror genre, how its story was something that you needed to experience, and after playing through it myself, I can gladly say those reviews, those praises, and all the rave behind the game held true. Silent Hill 2 is a masterpiece, and a game I think everyone should truly experience at least once in their lifetime. How's it going, everybody? It is I, Reiku, coming at you at the end of the video, just wanting to say thank you if you've made it this far. This was a very big project and one I have spent just about 2 months editing. It's my first one of these, so if you guys really did enjoy the video, it would mean the world to me if you left a like or a comment down below. And if you really want to keep up with me, why not subscribe? It's free. Follow the Twitch where most of my gameplay came from, and you guys could possibly be a part of a future video. And if that is not your cup of tea, I also have TikTok as well. That's enough of the selfish self-plugging of my other stuff here. Don't forget to follow the Twitter. But on a serious note, thank you guys for watching. I am your host, Reiku, signing off, and I will catch you all on the next one.